Hey peeps, welcome back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 16. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, you guys, so I did see online that Jen Shaw has received yet another reduction in her sentence. What the hell ever happened to the rule that you have to serve at least 98% of your federal time? This woman is now being released November 3rd of 2026. What is she doing in prison? I think that she should have to serve her full sentence for robbing the elderly. This is crazy to me, but she will be walking out of jail November 3rd, 2026, unless they reduce her sentence again. I mean, can you believe it? She will be out of jail next year. This is crazy. Before we get into the show, I just wanted to say that this season has been amazing. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City really stepped it up. I don't know if they got together right before the season started and said, we are going to show these MFs that we know how to do it, because of the way everyone thought, no Jen, no Monica, it's about to be boring. They really came through. They truly did. There was not one boring episode all season. We got a little bit of everything that we love in this season in this particular cast. Even Brittany may be thirsty as hell and crazy and childish, but she is entertaining. You have to give her that. I was definitely entertained. Get down in the comments. What did you think of this season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? So let's get into the show. It is day 4. They are still in Puerto Vallarta. And let me tell you, that last dinner that they had at that amusement park restaurant was so beautiful. I am now considering planning a girls trip for me and my girls to go to that same restaurant. I don't care how much it costs. We're going to go. That just was so beautiful. I loved every second of that. I wasn't ready for Meredith to show up to breakfast wearing that fur eye patch, which was her sleep mask, but she was wearing it as if she was a pirate. She said that she woke up to a scratched cornea. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if I wake up and my cornea is scratched, first of all, I want to know, who the hell do I have to fight? How did this happen? Second of all, can somebody get me over to an emergency eye doctor? Somebody is going to have to write me a prescription, because I know that's painful as hell, and a furry eye patch is just not going to do it. And I thought, what the hell is going on? Somehow Meredith, I think that she might have been delusional with the pain from the scratch to her cornea. She was able to let Heather play some sort of mind trick on her about the night before, when Heather did not want to come clean and tell the truth about the comments that she made about Meredith. And she's going to blame Meredith for ruining her evening and yelling at her. Somehow Meredith ends up apologizing to Heather. I said, what the hell? I'm telling you right now, they better be lucky that I am not a Salt Lake City housewife and that I was not in the villa, because I would have sat next to Meredith and her damn fuzzy patch and would have said, hell no, don't you apologize to her. Explain to her why you said what you said about her. I would have reminded her of that shit. We are not taking an out on this, and you are absolutely not disengaging and apologizing. Not to her. I mean, I would have acted a fool. That's just me. So Heather, still needs somebody to pull her down out of Lisa's ass. She decides that she is going to have a Lisa lunch where all the ladies dress up and pretend to be Lisa. When Lisa realizes that all the ladies are dressed up like her, she sees Whitney and she says, oh, even Whitney looks nice in her 3-year-old Tom Ford pants. I thought that was rude. And it's just another sign that she is tone deaf. Everyone is not rich. Everyone isn't sitting back looking at someone's outfit saying, oh my gosh, that was 3 years old, or that was 3 seasons old. Who gives a damn? The point is it's her damn outfit. She bought it. Not everybody can even afford an outfit from Tom Ford. I mean, if it's at the Nordstrom rack, I might be able to pull it off. But I'm just saying, that's just rude as hell. And if it's at the Nordstrom rack, it probably is 3 seasons old. I'm just saying, I don't know about seasons and all that shit. Regarding clips, for some reason, whoever the producers are, or whoever the showrunner is for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake, whenever I use just a second more than they allot, I get dinged for it. So there's not a lot of clips regarding this particular episode. I wish that there was, though. But anyway, everyone was doing their impersonation of Lisa, which, by the way, when that waiter came to the table to place their order, I was annoyed for him. Every time Lisa ordered something, they were all like, I love that. I love that. I mean, can the man just get your order? Who gives a shit what they love? Okay, you're all wearing bad wigs and we don't give a damn. I mean, everybody was wearing a synthetic wig. Can this man just get the order and walk away? He was totally confused and I was ticked off. But at the same time, I laughed a little. Anyway, Bronwyn did a great impersonation and so did Angie. It was going well. Then all of a sudden, Whitney was like, you guys are pretending like Lisa is a good person. I'm about to represent who Lisa really is. She, was wearing them tags and carrying on. And Lisa said, that's not me. That's not me. And Whitney said, yes, you are fake as hell. This is you. Listen, remember earlier in the season, Lisa was spreading rumors that Miley or Mylena, I don't know, whoever that girl is, she was saying that girl returns all her stuff and she was about to get banned from Neiman Marcus or Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom, I don't know. She was about to be banned from somewhere for returning Louis Vuitton or something. I don't know. Anyway, she was spreading rumors about the girl wearing stuff and taking it back. But according to Whitney, you're the one who wears stuff and takes it back. I'm just saying, I thought that was something else. She was ticked. Lisa was losing her shit. Take off that wig. You won't never be me. Nobody really wants to be you, Lisa. I don't think so. But I mean, that was a mess. And then Brittany tried to get involved. And I'm with Mary. Mary told her, please, why are you involved? Everybody else might have got drunk and forgot you were recording us last night, but I sure as hell didn't. I mean, Team Mary. Mary says she is not going to let it slide, and I'm with her. It is not hard to get things past the girls in this group. They will forget in 2.2 seconds. Not me, girl, and not Mary. Brittany then tries to say that Mary was recording out the window. And Mary said, yeah, but you got caught. Team Mary, even if Mary was recording the group, they don't know that. She was slick as hell. Not you, girl. You are too childish and ridiculous. Next thing you know, Meredith starts yelling at Brittany. Oh, I said, oh, Lord, here's Meredith engaging again. Brittany tells Meredith that she will never recover from the way Meredith called her vile. I said, here we go. Are you 12? You're not going to recover? I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Jared will send you a picture and you'll be fine. I mean, get over it. Meredith tells her, don't talk to me. I'm not interested in you anymore. That caused me to chuckle quite a bit. I have never heard a grown person say that. Don't talk to me. I'm not interested in you anymore. I mean, that was just, I don't know. When she said that, for some reason in my mind, I seen Faye Dunaway as Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest. It just seemed like something she would say. I'm not interested in you anymore. Remember that scene where she was like, don't fuck with me, fellas? In that kind of tone. Don't fuck with me, fellas. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna have to watch that this weekend. Brittany gets so upset. She's crying and she storms off. She's just unsettled. She's devastated. Mary says, let her go. The girl is no good. Half the damn table gets up and runs after Brittany. I said, what? Have we forgotten how the girl recorded everybody? Have we forgotten the way this girl behaves? They ran after her the same way they would any other 12-year-old. Let's go check on her. And Mary got upset that Angie ran out to check on her. Now, Mary figures that Angie is her friend. Brittany just accused her of recording the girls, and she feels that Angie should stand by her and not run after her to check on Brittany. Personally, I wouldn't have ran out to check on Brittany, but I do think the right thing to do is to go after the person who ran off crying. Brittany, I'm not falling for this fake victim shit. You will love to start some shit, but you don't know how to back it up and you can't take it. The next thing you know, you're giving us these fake Broadway tears and then everybody has to comfort you. I'm not here to comfort your ass. Absolutely not. So the ladies split up. Some of them go horseback riding. The others go out to make ceviche. So Whitney, Brittany, Angie, and Heather, they make ceviche. Mary and the rest of the girls, they go out to ride on horses. Mary makes some kind of comment that Meredith can hardly hear and she should not be, riding a horse. She said there are some activities that you just cannot do. And even though I chuckled, I said, Mary, that was not nice at all. First of all, deaf people can do everything hearing people can do, number one. Number two, Meredith is not deaf. She has hearing aids. If she can hear, she heard that horse fart. She is absolutely all right. Now, you all know that no matter what franchise it is, when the girls go on a girls trip and they try to do that horseback riding or camel riding, there's always one or two camels or horses that act the hell up. And of course, listen, Meredith and Bronwyn got the horses that just didn't give a damn. Bronwyn was having a rough time. She really was. But it was a beautiful experience, in my opinion. So when they get to this place and they have this nice dinner, I was in love. That place was gorgeous. Mary starts giving Angie the silent treatment because she's upset. And I'm not even going to lie. That whole scene with Mary and Angie brought me to tears. I was so moved by the whole situation. At first I said, why are you doing this to Angie? I knew she was upset, but I didn't know she was that upset. Then her talking about her abandonment issues. And I thought to myself, this is why Mary does some of these things. Especially, she is quick to cut these girls off real fast. She has no problem saying, go on about your business. I don't give a shit. If you think about it, if you look back on these past seasons, Mary is quick to say, bye, I don't give a shit. She really is. But when she loves somebody, she stands by them. That was almost the same thing that happened with her and Meredith. She was devastated. She asked Meredith at her breakfast at Tiffany's party, she said, please don't go. Don't do this, Meredith. And Meredith left. Then after that, when they met up at that gallery, Mary was not giving a shit about Meredith or her thoughts or feelings because I think she felt abandoned. But then when she came to the bar mitzvah, she told Meredith that she loved her and that she wanted them to be friends. And Meredith said the same thing. And that's almost exactly what happened with her and Angie. The only difference is I believe that her relationship with Angie is more like sisters. She absolutely believes that Angie is a part of her family. I really appreciate that Angie kept her cool. She could have got angry with Mary's behavior, but she didn't. She stayed calm, she listened, and I think she realized that Mary was reacting because of her feelings and that it wasn't exactly just because of Angie going to check on Brittany. I thought that it was really just a beautiful, touching moment when Angie told Mary, you've changed my life. And when she told her that she loved her, you could see in Mary's face how happy and shocked and amazed she was that she was right about Angie, that her and Angie do have a beautiful friendship, an honest friendship, and that she was right, being able to be open and honest and raw and share her feelings with Angie. I know the rest of the girls at the table were thinking, what the hell is happening here? We have never seen Mary like this before. Her opening up about her father, when she said that she heard him tell her mother that he didn't like her and she was only 6 years old. I said, what the fuck? How low do you have to be to dislike a 6-year-old? That's yours. That was truly disgusting. I'm telling you, Mary has really turned this shit around. She has been so open, so honest, so raw, so real, so vulnerable all season. And then when she made the comment that so many times she's been on the phone and getting ready to hang up with Angie and wanted to say, I love you, but she didn't want to be the first to say it. I thought that was just real and honest. They are real friends. They are definitely in a sisterhood. It's not like the rest of the girls at the table. I really like Angie and Mary's friendship, and I am so glad that they became friends. It did not start out that way. When they first introduced Mary to Angie, I was for sure that Mary was never going to be friends with that woman. When she says to Mary, I want to be your friend for life, I know she means that. I think they should have a little sideshow. Remember that sideshow that was Crappy Lake or something like that? That was the Countess and Sonia. They should have a show that has the Countess, Sonia, Mary, and Angie. That would be hilarious as hell. I would totally watch it. What did you guys think of that scene? Did anybody else cry? Because I was crying my eyes out right up until they said they love each other, and then I started smiling. My cheeks hurt. I'm just saying, they are too much. I love those girls. Meredith brings up the damn Alibaba. I said, shit, I thought we were past this. And Meredith says that she got a call from Adam, and we all know that it's Adam from Up and Adam. And he said that Whitney was reaching out to him and trying to get him to figure out who did it and trying to make it seem as if Lisa did it or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Do you guys remember in the first or second episode? I can't remember which episode it was of the season, but Up and Adam calls Whitney and he told her that the person who put the stuff out was one of the housewives and they had a tequila brand. There's no other housewife that has tequila. So who else could it have been? It's almost as if he wants to walk it back or something. I have no idea what the hell is really going on, but the fact that they acted all outdone, that she reached out to Monica, is stupid to me. She is a grown-ass woman and she can reach out to whoever the hell she wants to reach out to. And I agree with Mary. Mary said, you guys are the meanest. You are not the friendliest people. And sometimes when you gang up on people, you're desperate. She said, and I've been there. I know. And as soon as she said that, I thought about that season when all of them sat there and watched as Jenny and a couple of the other girls talked to Mary crazy. Jenny threw that glass at her and Mary walked out of there and the rest of the girls just sat there. Not one of them got up and ran out to check on Mary, but we run out and check on whiny ass Brittany. Remember that? So Mary has been there. They ganged up on her at one point to talk about Cameron and the church. And shit, sometimes desperate measures are required. And Brittany's desperate measure was to reach out to Monica. I think next season they should throw Monica in the mix and see what happens. Meredith was acting all shocked. See, she just admitted it. She's talking to Monica. What the hell was it? Did they sign a blood pact? We'll never talk to her. If all of us stand firm together and say that we'll never talk to her, they won't bring her back. You know, Andy Cohen already said that Monica is on somewhat of a pause. He expects to circle back to Monica at some point. Bring her on back next season. By the way, speaking of bringing people back next season, I seen online somewhere that Bravo has decided to bring back the Real Housewives of Orange County, all of the ladies from last season, meaning Tamara will be back. Somehow her nasty, vile ass will still be on the show. Well, she's the Lisa Rinna of the OC, and she'll be back. When Lisa and Whitney got into it, they were both screaming and yelling at each other, and Lisa was pointing at Whitney too. And then all of a sudden Whitney's pointing at her and she's like, stop pointing at me. I said, are you guys toddlers? And then they took it all the way to the toddler level. Whitney not only pointed at her with one finger, she started pointing at her with both fingers. I said, what the hell is this? She was going to prove a point. You don't tell me not to point. I'm going to point, and I'm going to point until I can't point no more. I mean, it was ridiculous. And can I also say, the two of them love to tell each other to shut the fuck up. If I was Lisa, Whitney would have one last shut the fuck up before I reached across the table and grabbed her by the neck. Like, don't do it again. I'm just saying. Heather was talking about how they're letting this outsider blogger, Adam rip them apart. That's not true. Not Adam, not Monica, not any other blogger is ripping you apart. You guys were not together wholly anyway. Lisa and Whitney have been arguing all season. All the ladies have had a bone to pick with Lisa. You have been up Lisa's ass all season. Prior to that, you couldn't stand Lisa. So I don't know what the hell you try to blame this on the bloggers for, because that's not true. It really isn't. And then her saying we shouldn't be trying to dig up information. But isn't that what you did last season? Isn't that your claim to fame? You've got all the proof, receipts, timelines. Didn't you dig up all that shit? Then she comes up with this bright idea for them to play a game about burn books, but digital burn books. And I said, I don't think this is going to be a good game. And then I thought about it and I said, well, the history of the show, whenever Heather has a game that she wants the girls to play, it always ends bad. You know, when she brought that up, had I been a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and been at that table, no ma'am, I don't want to play this game. I think it's a bad idea. But they decided to play it. And I appreciate that they did, because let me just say, I was entertained. I really was. They get into these text messages and Mary says she'll go first. Now listen, one thing I'm going to say is all those girls were quiet. And I think they agreed with Mary. I didn't hear any lies. We are the outside looking in. But when you think about it, from season 1 all the way to now, Heather has changed a lot. And everything that Mary said was actual and factual about Heather. Heather is a lot. She goes around being extremely aggressive, acting as if she is better than everybody. She is so accomplished. She has done X, Y, and Z. She acts as if she's an A-list celebrity, looking her nose down on everybody else. And then her trying to say that this is just her newfound confidence, and she absolutely does not want her newfound confidence to be seen as being mean or not kind. Well, you need to stop acting mean and unkind. She goes around with an air that she's better than everybody else. And I don't love that about Heather. I used to love Heather. Heather and Whitney used to be my two favorites on the show. And ever since season 3, I have started to dislike Whitney and Heather. But that's just my opinion. So then we move over to Brittany, who goes next.
I would like to invite Bronwyn over for tea instead of Mary tomorrow.
Brittany was just a waste of time. She really was. That was bullshit. That is not the meanest thing that she has ever said. There's not the meanest text that's in her phone. You know, good and damn well we have heard her say some really nasty, negative shit about Bronwyn. She has other things in that damn phone. I'm tired of her. And Mary agreed. Please have tea with Bronwyn. Well, maybe not after you hear Bronwyn's thoughts about your ass. But if she would have definitely said that about me, I would have told her I approve of this message. Don't invite me to tea because I don't like you. So then we move over to Bronwyn handing her phone to Brittany.
That's how I feel.
Brittany is emotional manipulative. She parentifies her children, trauma bonds in relationships, and is doing it to us. It's below her intelligence level, her age and maturity level, and it makes me feel nervous, furious, and embarrassed for her.
And I heard not one lie. Every damn thing she said about Brittany was absolutely true. Brittany is damn near 50, if not already. She acts like a toddler. She is very insecure. She is very needy. She is thirsty as hell. There's not enough water in the Pacific that would quench her thirst. I'm sick of her. But I will say that I was entertained. And did anybody notice that Bronwyn, when she handed her the phone, she said, "This is how I feel." She didn't say that she wrote this when she was angry. She said, "This is how I feel." And the whole time that Brittany was reading that message, Bronwyn was shaking her head yes, as if to say, I still feel this way. At this very moment that you are reading this and you are devastated and crying, I still feel that you are childish as hell and I'm embarrassed by you. See? Bronwyn didn't give a shit. Next thing you know, Angie gives Bronwyn her phone.
Bronwyn seems nice. I like her business plan, marrying a guy who has one foot in the grave.
Oh, she's already crying.
And one on a banana peel. But I like mine better. I'd rather be self-made. She's nice, but she doesn't listen because her ears are stitched down to her face so tight she can't hear anything. She wears a hot dog to outfit to remind us she sucked her way to the top.
Damn!
Listen, honey, I am still gagged. Okay, that was a lot. I think that Angie's text regarding Bronwyn was extremely mean, but I think that everybody in the group has said that or thought that before, and it was the rule of the game. Everyone was supposed to share the meanest text message that they had in the phone. I think that all the rest of the ladies clammed up, but in their mind they were thinking, we was all thinking that. I thought that Bronwyn handled that as classy as she possibly could. Angie saying that she said that when she was angry. I think that she did say that while she was angry, but I think she meant it. I think to that very moment she meant that, and she believes that. I think a lot of the ladies do. Brittany said it before. Heather alluded to it. I think that every last one of them believe that she's a gold digger who, slept or sucked her way to the top of Todd's wallet. I think everybody thought that. Is it right to say it? No. But did Angie break any of the rules? No. That was the rule. The only person I think who broke the rule was Brittany and her bullshit text. Then they moved on to Heather and Whitney.
Whitney is a low-life, thirsty piece of shit. She sold her soul for fame and recognition. She's a snake, and I should have never trusted her. I've been so stupid and loyal carrying her stupid Wild Rose products, even though we never sold a one.
Damn!
To me, I think that Heather's text about Whitney was worse than Angie's text to Bronwyn or Bronwyn's text to Brittany. I don't for one moment think that Heather didn't mean that. Angie jumping in saying she didn't mean it and Heather saying she didn't mean it. You meant that. You said that from your gut. You pulled that shit from hell. You meant that that woman was low life. You meant that, and that you weren't selling any of that Whitney Rose shit. You meant that. That was a nasty piece of work. She took that shit all the way to Lisa Rinna level. That was pretty damn bad. And the fact that they made up and did that little cousin head shake or whatever that shit is, that is an absolute hell to the no. I'm telling you right now, the friendship would be over. What she said about Whitney was vile. Whitney is not just your friend. She's supposed to be your cousin. And I feel like that was one of the reasons why you wanted to play this game. In my opinion, you wanted to play this game so you could lay Whitney to rest in front of your good girlfriend, Lisa Barlow. But it wasn't over. The show just kept on giving.
Because she has made out with Lisa while jerking off John. What the is that?
Honey, now listen. I don't give a shit what Whitney says. Whitney says, I just wanted to get it out there, so we could burn it. So we can burn it, I don't believe this. I don't believe any of this. Nope. I think that Whitney planned that. I think she dug deep into all of her text messages. There's probably 79,000 text messages of her talking shit about Lisa Barlow from season 1 to season 5, and you dug this one out. And I thought it was very clever how you ended up getting Lisa to read this text message. That was a mess. I have enjoyed this. Lisa Barlow is not my favorite. Whitney has been on her neck all season. Whitney is not going to let this vendetta go. I think that, Lisa was gagged. Lisa went all the way to hell with this, screaming and yelling. You talked about my husband. He is the nicest guy. How could you bring my husband and my family into this? The way Lisa reacts whenever somebody brings up an extra person in their marriage, no matter what capacity this extra person, either she's cheating or her and John is sharing a woman, whatever it is, she gets downright crazy and belligerent. Her behavior makes you wonder, is it true? Are you doing something extra? Because you are really protesting way too damn much. Whitney also told her to shut the fuck up again. And I said, what? What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The way Lisa always goes off and starts screaming and yelling to show her the proof, I think that Whitney should call her bluff. If you have some true proof, pull that shit out. Stop allowing her to scream and yell at you and talk about how she's going to take your house and all this other bullshit. If you have proof, say it, show it. If you don't, leave Lisa the hell alone, because this is getting to be too damn much. And then after Angie was trying to be supportive of her,
It's not. I heard that Sean does circle jerks. How does that feel? Like,
now this is crazy as hell. It really is. I do realize that she was making an analogy, and everybody knows analogies do not go over well. We learned that from Jackie, Gia, and Teresa. You cannot use an analogy when you're talking with the housewives, but that was downright bullshit, because Angie had just sat there and told you, I don't believe that there's any infidelity in your marriage. I think that you and John are perfectly fine, but you threw that circle jerk comment in there at her husband. Whitney's comment didn't have anything to do with you and John circle jerking. Her comment said that some lady was making out with you while jacking John off. That's what she said. Now all of a sudden you're throwing this shit out here using Sean's name, knowing that Sean had all that bullshit that went down the season before that had him on camera crying and shit. You did not have to do that. And I was mad as hell that the security guy or the security lady is over there holding on to Angie. I said, get the hell off of this woman. I was so angry. Bronwyn was sitting off to the side, hyperventilating. She was devastated. I think she had not recovered from Angie's text message. And then the crazy thing about it was Bronwyn ended up being on Angie's side. She's in the confessionals talking about Lisa is deplorable. Nobody else's husband at the table is better than anybody else's. And she says, even though I like John Barlow, Angie was not doing anything to you. You did not have to bring Angie's husband into this. You're mad that your marriage was brought up, so you're going to bring up somebody else's marriage? Lisa was wrong for that bullshit. And then Meredith running off like a big old baby. I said, wait a minute. We didn't hear any text messages coming off of Meredith's phone, and we didn't hear any text messages coming off of Lisa's phone. Both of y'all ran the hell out of there like two little babies. I am so sick of Lisa and Meredith. I really am. But I'm telling you, Meredith, who did not bring shit this season, these last 2 or 3 episodes, Meredith finally clocked in. And even though she was last on the couch, she did deliver something at the end of the season. I think that maybe next season Meredith should be friend of. I'm sick of her. And you know, you got to keep Lisa, because Lisa is the villain of the show and everybody has some shit with Lisa. By the way, did anybody notice when Lisa was yelling at Whitney, she told her, you're done. It's done. We're done. 3 strikes, you're out. Done with what? Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Who cares if they're done? I think Whitney has told you to shut the fuck up enough times to know that she don't give a shit. I mean, this is just too much. They have been amazing, and I cannot wait for this 3-part reunion. Anyway, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.